Okay, so I'm going to see my first effort at recording something for my parish. This having to do with Holy Week. Will Holy Week be a wake-up call of sorts? So I'm a preacher with a lot of time on my hands, so I write this up. This reflection rings true to my heart, though. This pandemic is a wake-up call for all who have eyes to see and ears to hear. We obviously will not be celebrating Holy Week as usual this year, but I think this will be one of the most powerful Holy Weeks ever because we're truly walking the way of the cross. We're identifying with Jesus' journey in ways that we could not have previously even imagined. So when Holy Week arrives, we will focus on our own life's reality as our actual liturgy. Our own life is our liturgy this year, united to the Lord's journey to the cross. The isolation, the loneliness, despair, anxiety, tears, faith, hope, love, care, threats, promises, vulnerability, lack of control, submission, death, and new life. All are a piece of the cross. Now, many of our little social gods that we have been, or at least we've considered, so central to our daily lives, these gods that we thought we could never live without, guess what? We are living without them. These gods, and I'm calling them gods, they're things that we worship in lieu of our true God. These gods are being exposed for their deception in terms of what they can and cannot offer for the ultimate satisfaction of life's purposes. And for the first time in a very long time, the one true God, the only capital G God, is coming to the forefront for a lot of people as the source of all meaning in our daily existence. So the truly important and vital ingredients of life are being reconsidered, maybe rediscovered by many of us in this new alone time. An alone time filled with silence, resilience, forced reflectiveness, and meditation on what's truly real and really true and what's not. We are alone with ourselves for the first time many of us can ever remember, and it's very uncomfortable for a lot of us. This is a good thing. It's not a bad thing at all. So while our suffering in no way compares to Jesus, it certainly does allow us to participate in Jesus' sufferings to a far greater extent than usual. And that in itself is a very real type of redemptive suffering. So I'm looking forward to Holy Week, not because it will feel good, but precisely because it won't. I pray that I am convicted deeply of the ways I live that don't honor life's intentions, and that I'm given wisdom and discernment to make needed changes that are the most life-giving of all the Creator's design. My small but real suffering has the potential to draw me much closer to my Lord, which is the goal and purpose of life. Everything else pales by comparison. This pandemic can be a gift in that regard, if we allow it to open our eyes to the way we're living and loving, or how we're not. May this pandemic experience be a wake-up call for all who have eyes to see and ears to hear about what life is really about who life is really about. It ain't me, and it ain't you. When we figure that out, our lives will find the enrichment they've always craved, and we'll know the inner joy despite our outer circumstances. Well, I hope that gives you a little bit of meat to chew on. I think this is going to be an amazing Holy Week. And this is the 5th Sunday of Lent. So after this Sunday is Palm Sunday. I'll be talking a lot more about how we're going to address Holy Week, how we're going to engage it and enter into it. But I really do think it's going to be the most powerful one you and I have ever experienced because of our circumstances. Bless you. Stay inside. Stay well. Stay safe. You're all in my prayers. I love you all very deeply. And I can't begin to tell you how much your prayers have meant to me over the last week in Karen's hospitalization. You guys are special. And I hope that I can figure out how to do more of these recordings. And I hope they're somehow meaningful to you. I'm working on it. I'm not as high-tech as my son, but I'm learning a little bit from him. So God bless you. And until we do this again, the Lord's blessing and peace be with you. Amen.